We find our nation on a precipice, true tipping point. Is this the moment that will finally change our country?
broken system. It was built to function exactly as it is.
We must respond with bold action.
This is our country, too. We can build new systems that do what they should.
I'm a walk, I'm a march on the regular.
We are united. We are standing. And we are going to fight this fight.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. I break chains around myself.
There is something happening across this country.
When we work and when we fight and when we march and when we speak up and when we offer solutions, we win.
I'ma keep on running cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
It's always the right time to celebrate women and black women in particular.
It is an opportunity to show the nation and the world that we will act. It has been an inspiration.
You have the choice, and it is that choice that gives you power.
Vote. Vote like your life depends on it, because it does.
That is what we need next. Action.
Hi everyone, I'm Sister Jenna. Welcome to our special Zoom meditation segments. Look, it's no joke. Things are kind of weird. It's just weird. Pandemics, protests, job insecurity, global pause. Everyone's numb, but also everyone's searching. And they might be searching on this little gadget of Zoom in a little box. People from all over the world who don't know each other are coming together in Zoom rooms to figure out who they are, why they're here, and how to meditate. Meditation is something that we've often thought that if we make our minds empty, we've meditated. I don't believe that. I think it's important that we learn how to channel our thoughts in a right way that are connected to our vision, our goal, our spiritual attainments, our mental capacity. Then you're really meditating. Welcome to Wise-ish, your daily power boost, your vaccine, your cure for the soul to keep you going. I'm Sister Jenna. I hope you've been enjoying some of the podcast shows on America Meditating Radio. As you know, we need some positivity in our lives. We need to optimize and evolve from this current situation and climate that we're in. I don't know if anybody watched the RNC. I didn't, but when I was scrolling through Twitter this morning, I was seeing interesting comments and interesting little snippets of 10 or 20 seconds. And I just want to invite everyone, whether you watch the RNC or the DNC or whatever, go out and make your vote. We're going to need to make changes. Every time I see the Own Your Vote initiative that's been done by Oprah and her team, I think about it. We all have to rise up and become a part of this particular story, or else we're just going to deal with everything and anything that's coming your way. Today I wanted to talk to you about being kind and being sweet, virtue and qualities that are needed in this particular age. When was the last time you met a really, really kind and sweet person? Hands up. Long time? When was the last time you saw on camera or on your social media feed someone really kind and very sweet? And when I speak about sweetness, I'm not talking about somebody who is like this with you, like they just want to be like, hi, how are you? Good morning. Not that kind of a sweetness. I'm talking about the sweetness that comes from the deep, deep core of your nature. I've sat on many occasions and thought about that quality. And I'm reminded of my spiritual mentor, Dadi Prakashmani. Actually, we're celebrating her 13th year of ascension. And what I was realizing is how she was just naturally sweet. But she became naturally sweet because of her connection to Source, her connection to the divine, her connection to God. And I wondered to what extent you and I continue to deepen this relationship to Source. Do you understand the power behind sweetness? How many of you have looked at a brand new baby and thought about how sweet and beautiful the fragrance and the energy of that baby emanates? Doesn't it remind you too of your days of when you were innocent and sweet and kind? Don't you remember those time periods? I do. It was, with that sweetness, I was safe. With that sweetness, I was protected. I was taken care of. With the sweetness, it brought joy into people's lives. Now you have and you hear too about being kind, or what was this thing that they do? Acts of kindness, to do an act of kindness. And many a times when we used to be mostly on the road, when you would go through a toll booth and you'd pay the toll for the car behind you, remember how much joy that used to give you? Remember when you'd be maybe walking downtown and you would see the meter in someone's car had expired and you knew they could get a ticket if the parking police came by? Then you would find a quarter or two or put it in the meter just to protect that person from getting a ticket? Remember how it made you feel to perform pure charity, a charity that you didn't necessarily get praise or credit from anyone outside of you, but your feelings, your thoughts, the vibration that you emanated that act of kindness with actually brought back the feeling. It gave you the inheritance, it gave you the power of that energy. So how do we practice to be kind? Firstly, take care of yourself. Eat well, sleep well, speak well, choose people in your life wisely, choose your time wisely, use it in a worthwhile way. Don't waste your minutes, don't waste your hours, don't waste your days. The more you can use those particular periods in your life in a way that you're taking care of you, you know? Being kind to yourself means I care. Being kind to yourself means I care. And when you start to take care of yourself in ways that are really important, they seem very small. To sleep properly seems like a small thing to do. To eat well, it seems like a small thing to do. To speak well seems like a small thing to do. But it's your kindness on yourself. I got a beautiful gift from Dr. Ivy Hilton and Salim Hilton. And it's a saying from Dr. Salim. He's like, be kind. Just be kind to people. What the world needs now is kind people. So he had this face mask. I wish I had brought it down. And on the face mask it says, be kind to someone. So when I wear it, I just love it because it's sending such a strong message to remind us that we're really here to be kind. Now, let's look at sweetness. I'm not talking about the sweetness that is manipulated through words. Let's look at sweetness from the level of the soul, the core of the soul, the potential, the original value, the original worth of the soul. When you wish to practice sweetness, go inside, focus your attention behind your eyes. First place. Then, raise your vibrations to have a connection to Source, to the Divine. And when you raise your vibrations to have a source and a connection to the Divine, and then when you speak, it starts to come out with more kindness and sweetness. Because the energy of God's love has so much power in it to soften your harsh corners, those rough parts about your personality that got into you because of trauma, because of loss, because of disappointment, because of fear, because of all those negative emotions that we go through, has made us into very hard people. But at the core of the soul is actually a sweet individual, a person who has the capacity to walk on the planet and almost be like an angel, to actually be like an angel that just distributes pure vibrations, good feelings, intensely beautiful energies. So I want to read you something that I came across in Daddy's book, Feeling Great No Matter What. And I thought it was appropriate because I've often thought that angels are very sweet. So the whole notion of this reading is that it's a time for angels. Silence, knowledge, and love are cocooning souls. In that silent depth, a metamorphosis is taking place. Angels are being created on this earth. Human beings can and do become angels when they have a deep commitment to change and to serve. These angels are not distracted by the scenes of violence or by mastering and conquering their own selfish desires. They turn into light and become universal lighthouses, guiding all to the eternal home of light, to the Father and friend, and the reality of the golden culture that is being created now. They feel great. In fact, anyone who feels this has discovered not only their own destiny, but also the great destiny of our collective humanity. So what do we need in the world today? Kindness, wouldn't you say? We need kindness, Durga? We need kindness and sweetness, yes. We need to be a lot more kind with ourselves than we can be kind with others. We need to be sweet with ourselves, and then we can be kind to others. And how do we develop those two qualities? Definitely by having a connection to Source and deepening this link to the divine. Thank you so much for joining us on Wise-ish tonight. If you'd like to join me, thanks for joining us today. If you'd like to join me tonight, we're rolling out a new show entitled The Next Chapter. And it's going to be on the Meditation Museum YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook page. So if you want to join us for that, please do it 6:30 ET. And that will be from Monday through Friday. I'm looking very forward to that next chapter because things are different. But what should really change after this particular, whatever state we're in, we should become more kind, more sweet, more caring. Take care.